Alright, so I haven't done a Poor Man Supra update in a little bit. Right now, what I'm going to do is put that support and everything that I got from the junkyard onto the car and maybe try to figure out what I'm going to do with that intercooler and then kind of go from there. And one reason I haven't been able to do many videos is because I did get like food poisoning or something like that. I was like not able to hold any food down or anything like that. So yeah, I've been kind of sick. So I also in a like later video you'll see I was doing my wood floors. So sanding wood floors takes a lot of time. Tomorrow I'm going to be sanding them again. So, you know, trying to do videos car related and actually interesting, and doing like house stuff and being sick and all like the New Year and Christmas and all that stuff. So I'm going to try to get this thing pretty much, I don't know, it was intercooler and all that stuff was crap. So I'm going to try to get that Gretty intercooler that I had on here, all the piping done. I'll have to buy a coupler for the intake because that one was like reduced all weird. Anyway, I'll have to get a battery. I already fixed all this stuff. I'll put the bumper support and all that stuff on, and I'll make it so I could actually bolt all the lights and everything, and it'll be all straight. And yeah, then I'll figure out what I'm gonna actually do with this thing. I'm not sure. I'm kind of in between. I don't know. I kind of want a non-sunroof car because I don't like sunroofs. I don't know what it is with me. I don't know. If you like sunroofs, I just don't like them. I don't know what it is, but I just want to. I want like a non-sunroof one of these, and maybe, I don't know. This car is cool how it is. It's nice. That's 1J and turbo and all that stuff. The bad thing is it's automatic. I did get all the manual swap stuff, but another thing is I don't like the sunroof. And I can't get past that sunroof. So the great thing about not having a sunroof is you get cars that look like this, like nice roof, nice, no sunroof, no sunroof. That's a Targa. That's just as bad as a sunroof. That's a Targa too. So I will figure out what I'm going to do with this, but I want it at least to have a nice intercooler set up on it so it's not all janky and rattling around and stuff just hanging, like just hanging off and not bolted together and all that crazy stuff that was going on with this. I kind of want it to be buttoned up, so whatever I do with it, I may end up selling it. I know people will be maybe mad about it, but I'll probably end up getting another one. So yeah, the thing is I don't like the sunroof, so that's the thing about it. And yeah, we'll see what happens. My camera's kind of dusty because of, damn, it's really dusty because of the sanding. And I'm gonna get to work, guys. So you know, that work life. So I got the bumper back on and everything, that core like support or bumper support, whatever it is that holds the headlights and everything back on. And yeah, now the bumper actually doesn't sag down. It has that support to actually hold it up. And then I need to like move this fender over because it has like a pretty decent gap. I think it was like unbolted or something, or who knows, maybe it was wrecked. I don't think it was actually wrecked on this side, but I think they just like unbolted or something like that. That's some Bondo. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah. So I need to put the headlights in, but before I do that, the reason I didn't was because I don't have the clips. I need a couple more, and I need some more bolts. So today is the day that I'm gonna do my floors. I just got here from running this, the floor sander and the edger. I pretty much pulled all the vents, all the outlet covers off of everything. I think I have all the nails countersunk. I cleaned up most of the random stuff. I need to get those two things right there, and I need to get that. I emptied out the shop vac into that bag. It had a bunch of weird, I don't know, I vacuumed stuff up in the basement, a bunch of old dirt. I hate emptying like shop vacs because they're like, most of the time they're so gross inside. So I'm gonna get to this. I wanna do some kind of time lapse. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it because there's no outlets close to anything that's not near the floor. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I may, this outlet's kind of close, but I wanted to do like a wide shot almost. So that outlet right there, but that's not a wide shot. I kind of want to get like a shot from like over here, like a time lapse, but I don't know if that's going to be able to happen. I guess I'll have to see. And then I kind of want to do like a before and after. So I'll probably do, I already did like kind of a walkthrough before, but here's a walkthrough right now of what it looks like. The floor is pretty like scratched and dingy, and really whoever did the floor last didn't do a very good job because the edges have like this like big, like, I don't know, it's like a 1/4 inch of raise on them, so they kind of just half-assed it. And then yeah, so just gonna get to it. And hopefully it turns out nice. Oh, I forgot to get this vent and this stuff. So I need to pick this stuff up. I might start with this room, but I might start with the office. I'm still debating. I'll find out in like a second after I put the paper on, so we'll see. So looking a little bit better. I mean, I have been, it's pretty dusty, so I didn't want to run my camera, just leave it on, because that'd be a lot of dust behind the lens. It doesn't have any protection. So in here you can see, I didn't think this floor was that like wavy, but I guess it is. So sanders never lie. But this was like cut this way, cut that way, and now I'm doing another cut this way, and you can see that it's almost good. There's some spots over there that are still low. It's kind of just like sanding a big flat car with like a big sander. So yeah, right here is looking really nice. So I mean, I'll have to do hopefully one more pass right here, and then be able to do the edging in this room. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. I mean, I'll probably have maybe 2 or 3 days in sanding. I didn't really know it at the time, but the edger, I really probably didn't need to rent it until I was done with all the sanding. I thought this was gonna go a lot quicker than it is, and it probably would have, but it doesn't seem like the living room is as uneven as the office was. I mean, you can see right there, I haven't sanded where the radiator was over in the living room yet, but you can see how that's low. And I'll definitely sand it till it's pretty much flat. I don't want to sand too far, but yeah, that's just because how heavy the, oops, that was just how heavy the radiators were. And you can see like the little foot where the foot used to sit right there. So yeah, just kind of just heavy, and now there's nothing there. So yeah, I think the floor will look really good. The wood, I mean, it's old oak, so it has a lot of good like characteristics. Like I think newer oak wood is more uniform because they're all like younger trees from what I have been told. But this is like this looks like a younger piece, how it's like really light, and then there's like pieces like that have different colors, and there's like pieces right here with like cool like texture and stuff. So all the wood is like, and then this piece right here has like a cool like little tiger look, I don't know. And then over there, this one's like spotted. So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna look, but yeah, it might sand out. We'll see. I still have to hit it two sanding times with that. But this floor, I mean, from what it looked like with that, it had like a weird finish on it to like actually like a natural color will be, I think, a lot better. I can't believe how uneven this floor was, or wavy. Just weird. So yeah, get more sanding done, and yeah, there's a really cool like shades of different. I don't know. I just like the different shades, how they just like make the floor more interesting. And then over here, I kind of had to. I screwed a piece of wood down because it was like sticking up, so that's good. And then I kind of sanded across because they're two different types of wood. I think that other one's like pine or something, but it I figure out what it might have just been that sanding thing, but it might just be this stuff, but it like rubbed like, and I thought it was like burning the wood, but I think it was just rubbing the finish. And then I tried 36 grit in here, and it was like a little bit too destructive. So I went back to 80. So I mean, from right there, all like nasty, to like, well, it's still kind of nasty, but it like brightens up the room. Like, look at that, how like dingy it was. So I'm gonna get back to it. Hopefully, I don't know, hopefully I can get at least the office and the living room mostly finished today. I have to take the sander back. Well, you like rent it for like 8 hours, so I have to take it back before they close at 5. And then tomorrow morning I'll pick it back up. I'll probably just pick up the sander, and then if I finish sanding with it, I'll go get the edger and edge everything. And I don't really need to do both at time. Don't need both of them at the same time because there's only one of me, always. So I wish I could clone myself, because that'd be the only way I'd ever get help. So you know, just gonna. Oh, and I need to go to Lowe's before I go home and get some things of wood so I could fill these holes before I seal the floors. But I'm excited. And another thing about like the floor, I wanted to do a time lapse. The only issue is there's so much dust, and I don't want to ruin my camera because of it. I mean, there's just like tons of dust. I think there's even dust right now. But so I just forgot what I was talking about. I want to do a time lapse, I think is what I was getting at, but gonna get back at it. So okay, so I am done. I'm done for today. So I got, I don't know, the living room, like one sanding almost. I still have this area right there. So pretty much 75% of the living room is done. Well, not done. I mean, it has its first sanding, and yeah. So there's a, I don't know, it probably needs, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I think it needs 2 more sandings in here. Maybe a sanding or 2 in the office. I'm hoping just 1 more. And then I could do the sealer in here. But yeah, it seems like, I'm thinking my room will probably, okay, hold on, here we go. Come on, you stupid piece of crap camera. Okay, I think the room will probably be a little bit easier to sand because see here is pretty much like 1 sanding, and it pretty much cuts it down with when it's not coated with anything. So that over there is coated with well, was coated. I'll probably have to sand the hall a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 times to actually get all that like old stain out of it. And then once that's done, you can see how dingy that was. Well, you really can't see in the camera, but well, maybe if I zoom in. So there's like sanded. Oh yeah, you can see it. So there's sanded and not sanded. It looks like it's like just dirt there, but it's actually like the wood is like dingy. I don't know how to explain it. So yeah, and then I think the spare bedroom will probably be the same way. I hit it with some 36 grit, but I probably didn't really need to because I came over here and tested it with some 80 grit, and it flattened out really nice. So I think, knock on wood, that this area right here, the bedrooms and stuff, will be a little bit easier to do than the out here's. This is oak. Pine is a lot softer of a wood, and this has a coating on it, so it's been actually coated. So that's why it's taking so much more time to do, is because I'm stripping off that whatever is left in the wood off, and then I'm like, then I can level it. So that's why it's taking so long. And well, the floor wasn't, it was kind of wavy, so maybe the last homie that did the floor, or whoever did it, I mean, they may have did a kind of a bad job. And looking at the edges and stuff, you can, you know, it's probably what happened. Oh, and then in the that's probably exactly what happened, because in the hallway, like right in the center of the floor, you can see like this is like these swirl marks from like whatever sander they used before. Oh, and then in that corner you could see they just edged, like that was the edger, and then they just left it. So I need to sand that down so it's flush after I edge it. Oh, and then like this is like, well, this one's not bad because I put a piece of trim, but further back it's like, I don't know, whoever did it did a bad job. But now I'm fixing it. Hopefully it's only 1 more day of sanding. I'm hoping at least one more day of the oak sanding, because it seems like that's a lot more tedious. So when I get in the hallway, it's just like takes it down. Out here, you're just like, I don't know, it's just like kind of discouraging, because you sand it and then you see like shiny spots and everything. So you're like, oh man, so I have to do a whole nother like thing of sanding. But you know, House Supra is what this is. I'll have like 10 more videos, and well, maybe 20 of sanding the floors. But oh man, oh yeah. So here's a really good thing. So you see, so you can see like the grain of the wood, and that's like a low spot. I need to come back, but see this crack right here? Well, it's not a crack, it's like the seam. So what I'm doing, I'm saving all the 80 grit sanding dust. So here's a garbage bag, and it's just full of 80 grit sanding dust. Well, what you do is you mix it with poly, and then you pretty much rub the whole floor like It's almost like if you were body filling a car, but you're like body filling it with like a liquid metal almost. So then it fills in all the like cracks and everything because it's like liquid wood. And then you just, well, you like apply it with like a scraper so it's flat. But then you go back and resand it, and then it fills in pretty much everything. So the floor should look good. So I just hope I can get to that point. Man, it's a lot of work sanding. I should have probably just paid somebody $3 grand to do this, but you know, I'll probably have like 500 bucks maybe into it. So that'll save me 25, and then I could do car stuff with the 25 instead of spending it on the house. So yeah, that's how I think of it. Yeah, I think that's a good way. But I'm gonna return the sanders and all right, day 2, I'm back at my house. I am gonna try to finish the floor sanding today. This is as far as I got yesterday. I mean, I got some of the hall, most of the living room. The office is almost all the way finished. I'm gonna warm the house up so I don't have to wear this hoodie. All I'm really gonna do is cut this section right here, and then I'll start the other passes in the office, which after I'm done with that, I think maybe one more pass, hopefully one more pass, probably 2, because it's pretty close to being all the way done. I mean, you can see that there's not very many low spots in it anymore, and it feels nice and smooth. It's not like there's any like raised edges, anything like that. You can see where there's still like stain and stuff. That is lower spots, so you have to kind of just keep going over them to level them out. So it's almost like sanding a car, just on a lot larger scale. So I will be trying to get this out of there. I don't want to go too far down to do it. So if it doesn't come out, then it doesn't come out. But if it does, that'll be great, because that's where the old radiators were sitting, like I said yesterday, right there and right there, and they're really like thousands of pounds. So this one was probably 1,000 pounds. The one in the living room, I don't know how that didn't sag. Well, I haven't cut it yet. It doesn't look like it sagged or anything, but I think it took 4. It took me, Trevor, our friend Rhett, and Trevor's brother to lift it out. We strapped a piece of like 2 4x4s and then used it like the Egyptians and lifted it up. I mean, it had to have weighed at least like 15, 17, 2,000 pounds easy. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it was 1,000 pounds. I don't know. Maybe it was 700 pounds, but it was heavy. I never weighed them, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, but I just need to get this all this stuff evened out, and I think once it's evened out, I'll be good to go. That's like the biggest thing, is trying to get it all level. It's really easy to kind of mess it up, but I think if you just take your time, there's you know, you won't run into those issues. I didn't rent the edger today just because I didn't even end up using it yesterday, other than that little spot right there to test it. So what's going to happen is, after I finish all the floors, sanding it with the big floor sander. I wish it was a little bit larger, but with the big floor sander, I'll come back and rent the edger and then do all the edges at the same time, because there is only one of me, so there's no reason for me to double rent stuff when I'm not even using one of the things. And that was kind of stupid of me yesterday. I don't know, I thought I was going to get a lot more done first time sanding floors. So I mean, it's an education. You're paying for an education, is what I've always said. Like, learning is an education, and if you're not paying for school, you're paying for the hard knocks. And they got me for like 50 bucks for a tool I didn't use. So, you try to get this done. Hopefully it turns out good. And I mean, hopefully it turns out smooth. I want it to be smooth. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. All right, as you can see, I don't know, on the camera, it looks all like, well, it kind of is tigered in here. I'm crisscross applesauce in this big time. So what is happening is I did a cut this way across the grain, and then now I'm doing another cut. It seems like it cuts a lot harder if you go across. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I'm kind of seeing. So the living room, well, the one half of the living room is almost complete. I should be able to get the living room almost all the way completed today. Well, I mean, sanded, so it doesn't have any, so it's all flat, smooth, and doesn't have any like color in it, other than some definite low spots that I can't actually fix. So this is what I sanded yesterday. Not very, like, I just kind of hit it a little bit with 80 grit. I'm doing that with 36 grit. So yeah, I mean, this is, you know, getting there. The office is pretty much there. It's done with 36 grit. Once I come in here and hit it with 80, that'll be, it will be done. There's some stuff that I won't be able to, like this will come out, but these I don't know if they're low spots or if they're in the wood, what they are, knots or something, but I doubt those will come out. So what I'm gonna end up doing is 80 grit sanding this, probably once this way, and then, or maybe I might come in here and come cut it this way with 80 grit, and then finish it off with the grain with 80 grit. This right here, I pretty much got this where the foot was. This might come out when I 80 grit sand it, but this one, actually this might come most of the way out, but this is definitely not going to come out because it's like sunk where the foot was sitting. But it gives the wood some character. I mean, it is what it is. This is kind of a low spot anyway. But yeah, other than that, the floor is coming out nice. My camera's getting all dusty. And I still need to get a couple pieces of wood to fill those holes in from the old cable stuff that they had going on in here. But yeah, I feel like the floor is nice and smooth, so if I can keep that kind of going. I mean, there's right here, you can see the difference in the 36 grit. I mean, that's both 36, but how it cuts. So when you come back with 80 grit, it pretty much cleans that all the way up. Is that a nail? I can't tell. No, I don't think so. So yeah, that pretty much cleans that back up and levels it the rest of the way out. That's kind of why I want to go across again the grain before I do a thing with the grain. So I'm not time-lapsing this because if you can't really tell, I don't know if you could, oh yeah, you can. So see how you can see the light? That's how dusty it is in here. So my camera would, I don't know, it'd probably break after I finish time-lapsing. But, and I don't want to do that. So, yeah, I'm gonna continue sanding. Hopefully I can get the living room. Hopefully I can get all the oak, which is the office, the living room, all the way 36th, and maybe start 80. But we'll see what happens. It's a lot of work. I mean, it's just a lot of work. I mean, you have to go at a certain speed, and this is like 1,300 square feet of wood that I'm sanding. So, I mean, that's quite a bit. It would have been, I think it's, some places it's like $250 or like $354 a square foot to sand hardwood floors. So that would be like 35 to like $5 grand to actually do this. And from what I saw, like the places do their work. They had like pictures of it. It wasn't what I wanted the floors to look like. I mean, it looks nice, but all they would do is come in here, sand it. They wouldn't, they like said they'd do like sanding sealer stuff, but then it gives it like this, see how there's like that weird color right there? That's like sanding sealer, but that's from like before. I mean, I'm just gonna use the old wood with some poly, and it'll blend right in. So I'm all dusty. My shirt's black. I shouldn't have wore a black shirt, but probably should have wore like a brown shirt or something, a tan shirt. But I have this thing for another few more hours. I don't know if I want to do a whole 8 hours of this today, but we'll see. I'm getting close to doing 4 hours of it, and if I have to run it for another 4 hours, they only do 4 hour increments, then I might as well put it to use and not waste money. So I didn't rent the edger today, which is a plus. So it was only like 59 bucks for 8 hours. So I'm gonna get back to work. I may run and grab a something to eat really quick. I don't want to like really go somewhere, but there's a 7-Eleven down the street, so I could run over there and get something quick like. But yeah, I'm all dusty and the floor is still not done. I got this pretty much all the way cut. I made the 2 passes with the 36 grit. It seemed like, well, I only have 1 piece of 36 grit. Tomorrow I'll have to get maybe 2 more sheets. You really don't need that much 36 grit because it lasts so long. The 80 grit, on the other hand, it really doesn't go through that quick, but if you change them out more often, it seems to cut more consistent. So this, I think I'll be able to, I'll say this today, I'm gonna plan on just getting half the living room done tomorrow, because I keep saying, oh, I thought I was gonna get the whole like office and living room done, and that didn't happen. So tomorrow I plan on just getting this section done, the next day that section, and I think I'll probably be able to get that room in the hall. So it'll be like, I don't know, 5 days or something. I don't know, it's a lot of work. So the good thing is, other than the edging and stuff, the office is done. So, well, not done, but it's all the way sanded at 80 grit. I need to, once everything's sanded, I'll do the sealer, and then I'll resand it with 120 grit. So that won't be that big of a deal, and then everything will be nice and sanded. So, I mean, yeah, it's a little dusty, but it is nice and smooth. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll probably, hopefully have this done by the weekend. I don't know. What's today? Wednesday? I don't know. I hope it's not Wednesday. No, yeah, it's definitely Wednesday. So, I don't know. Hopefully I have it done by Monday, I guess. I'm going to start doing daily vlogs again. They might not be all car related, especially with this floor sanding. So you might get some sanding videos in. If you came from Trevor's channel, you'll definitely be missing the Supra after you see these floors get done. So no, I'm gonna try to get this all done. I'm on like, I don't know, I'm pretty much, the floors just need to be done, and the trim around the edges. You can see there's no trim because to sand the floors you have to pull the trim. Once that floors are done, trim's on, house is done. Well, the inside of the house is done. There's a few little like outside things I have to do. I have to fix some concrete and clean up some stuff in the basement, which is pretty much just my stuff. So the house could sell with that stuff in there. I really don't care. And then I'll just pull it out when they want to move in. So another thing is I'm hoping to have these floors like nice and like smooth. I don't know. I just like shiny things. So I'm gonna do a clear gloss, water-based, because it's the clearest. Oil-based poly has like a tint to it, so it'll pretty much look how it did before, and I don't like that color at all. I like the kind of natural oak. You can see like on the edge that color. It's just like, I don't know, it just makes the house look dingy. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing dailies. They might not be very long. They might be long, I don't know. This one will probably be hopefully 15 minutes. I'm not exactly sure. I can't do time lapse, sorry, because of all the dust. I don't want to ruin this camera, and I still haven't got an action cam. So, you know, I'll have to, I was gonna 360 some stuff, but then I remembered you can't like speed that stuff up. The video file, whatever it is, you can't, I don't think you can speed it up. Well, the 360 camera I have, you can't speed up. So, going to hopefully get this stuff done. I mean, just looking at the office and like if the color stays pretty much like that and it just like gets clear on it and brightens it up, this floor is gonna look awesome. So I'm excited to see them. I like some of the different like grains and stuff in the wood. There was like this one right here. Like, I don't know, I'm talking about grain on a car channel. So, but I don't know, I just like it. It has like all kinds of like, because all this wood is from like the 1900s. This house was built in 1901. So like all this wood has to be older than that, or maybe it's from the 1800s, like 1899 or something. I don't know how long it took them to make wood and like import it, but I don't know. It just has a lot of cool like textures and like things, and like I think like I didn't think these were gonna stay, but it looks like the radiator is actually like staying the wood, which is kind of cool. So when I poly this, you'll still see where the old radiator sat. I think that's cool, but yeah, I just can't wait to see what they look like with like a clear on them, because that's gonna be like the best. So I'm gonna stop rambling for now. I worked on the SC a little bit last night, put some of the front stuff on it that was messed up. It must have been in like a little light collision. So now the lights actually bolt into it. I need to find some more bolts because the thing wasn't all bolted together when I got it. So kind of working on that, but this is like my focus for right now. So today I may go to the shop, I don't know. I'm not tired, I'm actually hungry because I haven't eaten anything, but this thing, like this handle needs to be like this much higher. And it's made for like midgets or something, because it's definitely not made for tall people. So that's, I can only do so much of this a day. And I think I got here at 9. It's 4, I think. So yeah, you know, that's quite a bit of sanding. No, it's 3. So it's still quite a bit of sanding. Just non-stop, just sanding. So I pretty much got some of the floors done, did some stuff with the SC, made a video. I'm gonna upload it now, and you guys will see it in the morning while I'm sanding some more floors. So if you like the video, subscribe, comment below, and thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.